Okay, the sacrificial lamb for this Stratocaster Brian May special is going to be the Indio Black Classic. This has the original pickups in it, but I changed the pick guard to a set of gray pearl front and back. So the black pearl is going to end up on this. You see how there's volume, volume, tone, right? Well, it's volume, volume because I did this and this. So one volume here, one volume there, tone over all, standard 5-way position switch. So what I need to do is take off the neck to gain access to get the pick guard off. Assess how much space I have down in here underneath, because the other pick guard has these two knobs. I need to find out how much space I have here to be able to put the 6 switches and interwire them. How close will they be to playing? I need to know that. See if I can do that. Or is there space over here? I'm not sure. I think this is solid under here. But we'll find out. Stand by. I'll open it up. I got the screws out. A little bit of wax I left around the edge of the plate. I guess when I waxed it, this is pretty far back before I started using that spray detailer after the buffing. So that's going to stay. And I don't know what I've got for a shim in this neck. There's probably a shim. Let's move the hardware over there. How does it come out? Not bad, not bad. Oh, there is a shim. And it's still nice and clean after the last time in. All right. And the shim is in place. But it's not glued in place. I'm going to do a little trick I've been doing when I find that these things are in the right place. Just going to put a tiny little bit of adhesive on the back of that there. Yeah. Like this little white adhesive. Not going to take up any space at all underneath of it. And that's going to end up keeping it in place anytime the neck comes off. And since it's paper and paper glue, school glue, it's easy to get out. And let's see how easy it is to get it off your fingers. Yeah, not bad. They say it's washable. I have a tiny screw there. We don't want that to scratch up anything. Now, I need to open this up. I think it's probably best to spin this around to have clear access. Bring my mat well under. Move it back there a little bit because when I open this up I'm going to need to bring it this way because of the wiring. So let's do that. And all right, I'm gonna get all the screws out. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Did I get them all? Did I get them all? Did I get them all? Something's heavy. Oh, I didn't get them all. I missed one. I always seem to miss one somewhere. And sometimes I actually try to take the one out of the switch, or over here, it's so close to the edge, I take the one off from the pickup. Okay. Yes, there it is. This is the original pickups. I changed the switch. Everything else is original because these things sound good. Oh, look at the nice route. Oh, here. It's this side, it's this side, it's this side. How much space? Stand by. So let's hope. Oh, there's a bag of screws that goes with this. I'm going to put them over there. Let's hope. Oh, that wire is going to be a bit of a problem. Let's hope. Yep, that wire's going to be a bit of a problem. And I can't disconnect it here. Okay, so I've got, let's see, kind of like that. And I've got spaces right out to there. You know, I think that's possible. That pot's not going to take up that much space, and I've got this here, right along the edge here. So, I don't care about the holes right now, the lineup or anything, because I can always fix that easy enough. Let's see what they look like. Okay, those two up there almost line up. I can get one somewhere. There, that has to go around there, and then, okay, that's new, that's new, that's new. That's almost there. Again, that's just off a little bit. Okay, they all have to be filled and re-drilled, but this looks plausible. Now, I have switches, and I'm going to use little toggle switches here. So I will need to map this out to put in my switches, which are 4-pole single throws, double pole single throw, and properly space them side by side. Now on the Brian May, when you push the upper switches down, the pickup goes on. I think it should be the other way. Up it's on, down it's off. And with the phase switch, down it's not switched phase, and up it is switched phase. So I'm going to go with the up. On theirs, it's up for phase and down for on. That seems stupid to me, but I'm going to do mine my way. Up is on, up is on. Anything down is off. I mean, that's just normal. So that's what we're going to do. So I have to go work with this at the other bench and figure out even distances for those holes, get this on my drill press, and drill the holes for those mini switches, mini toggle switches. Woohoo! Okay, so I've made the holes for the switches, but there's only 3 holes because I've decided not to put in the phase switches, just the switches that add the pickups together, so a bridge, a middle, and a neck. And what's going to happen is I'm going to be using these little switches. These have been around since 1970 in my kit. I have been holding on to hundreds of these things. I built a control panel for somebody a long time ago, and I had hundreds of these things way back in the 70s, and all the leftovers I got to keep. So they will be my 3 on-off switches. So what I did was I taped this here and here to match the body, and then on the other side I drew a line to match the edge of the tape, and I took a distance from where I thought I would like to have the switches with enough clearance around the pots here, and yeah, that's going to be it. Now all I have to do is go and rework the drawing for the pickups so that it doesn't include phase switches. So that's the next step. Once I have a drawing that I think is going to work, we're going to populate this and see if we can't make a Strat guitar. Well, I'm back with the conversion of the monoprice Indio to a monoprice Indio B May. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. But anyway, over the last few days I've spent probably in excess of 10 hours trying to work out some circuits as to how to wire these 3 pickups so with toggle switches, with double pull, double throw, some of these that I've had around since the 1970s, and I was desperately looking for something to use them on. And I sat over there at my computer, and this is just some of the ones I printed out. All of these pages of schematics of different wiring schemes. And I got it close. This is the actual wiring diagram from the Burns organization, like that. And I was working off of that, trying to mimic how to do the phase switches without having the phase switches. So I did a lot of the printing, and then I decided to start doing it in paint. So I take a copy of this. This is done in PowerPoint. Then I put it into paint, and then I can go into paint with my paintbrush, and I can run the circuit when it's in the off position or when they're in the on position. So I made a bunch of those. I don't know if I showed any of those over there. No. And then I'm thinking, on the third day, I'm going, damn. You know, if I had another set of poles, I just might be able to make it work. So I make a drawing with an extra set of poles. And as soon as I did this, I saw that, and I think this works. I can put each one on independently, and they add together in series, like the normal Brian May. These little red bars over here are just the on-off, so I can slide those in and out of the positions over here to be able to trace the circuit. So once I had that verified, I'm thinking, I need switches. Well, I bought this thing about a week or two after I ordered the Brian May guitar, and I was intending on converting one of my Indios, either the white one or the black one. So I thought, okay, I'm going to order that. And I waited 5 weeks, you know, for this to come. And if I went online to buy switches, because these came from Amazon in 2 days, I would have had to wait another 5 weeks. And I have this thing all apart. As you can see, the body and the neck is over there. I didn't want to wait that long to continue on with this project. So I needed 3 switches, and I got 4 for 20 bucks from some company that I think will work. There's a very high toggle on it, but let's see what it looks like in the board. Obviously, I'm not going to let it be that high. I'm going to have it sort of close like this, which is going to require, I wonder how many nuts they gave me for each one. They gave me those washers with the little tabs. I've got lots of washers in here, which also have tabs. I'm hoping, I'm hoping, darn, I bet you, haven't got my glasses on, but that's 4. Oh, that's 5. There's 6. And there's 7. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they did give me 2. They did give me 2. You can't see what's on my table. The switches, they gave me 2 nuts per switch. Excellent. Oh, and I've got a star washer. I can put that underneath. Maybe they give me 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 star washers. Oh yeah, because there's 4 switches. Okay. I was thinking 2 there, but I don't need 2. And I don't need that flat. This flat's going to have to go on top anyway. I'm probably just going to knock off the tabs. Yeah, I'll need 1 of those, 1 of those, and 1 of those, 3 of those, and there, I still got 1 of those switches left. I have a bag with switches over there somewhere. Is it this one? Or is it that one? I'm not sure. This one. I'll find out where to put it. a little bit later. So I've already mounted my pots on the back for the volume and the tone. They're both B 500Ks, and I'm going with 500 instead of the 250s that they put on here because measured these pickups, and these pickups measured almost the same. I mean, the decimal points are different between these ones and the ones that came on the Brian May White Special. So I liked it, the way they played and sound there. I don't want to take off any more high frequencies by going down to a 250. I don't think I'm going to regret that idea since I already have a practical example. So now, these switches were much narrower than those. Ooh, and they're quite a bit different in size. And I tried to space out those switches there as far apart as possible. You can see the physical difference in size. Let's see, it's a third bigger. Looks more in the camera, but it's about a third bigger. I wonder if these nuts in here are the same size as the ones on these switches. If it is, then I would have been saved anyway. But no, they're not. They're close, but no cigar. So, yay for whoever they were. They're made in China, but they came from Amazon at probably, I'd say at least a third to, yeah, a good third more than I would have paid for them on AliExpress, but you have to pay for what you get in time. So, what's going to happen is I'm going to have to put a nut down on the bottom. And I hope they didn't give me bad sizes. Let's see. Oh, no, it's making contact. Oh, it feels like it's the first time it's ever been on anything, so that's good because it's got some rough edges. And taking into account the thickness of the board, that needs to go down a little more. And taking into account the washer that's going to have to go on it, which would be this starred washer. That'll stop it from rotating once I find the right orientation. That is still not low enough because I got to get a flat washer on top. So once I get an idea, this is almost at the bottom once you get the thickness of the nut, the thickness of the flat. Oh, I know what happened. I put it, these are curved, like they were stamped, and they're a little bit, you know, concave on this side and convex on that side. And I had it in this angle. If I put it in that angle with the convex up, my fingers are not working too good. That's going to be too low now. Isn't it? Maybe not. Let's give it a shot. Let's just give one a shot. Let's just give one a shot. Oh, and there's that little corner. Okay, it's over there. I don't know if that'll go down inside with these on it. I can't see. I can't see. Alright, now I can see. That little tab that's on the side of it. The holes are now a little bit oversized. Yeah. Oh, it will go if I take the tab off and do it like that, because I don't want that tab there at all on the top. Good. Oh, let's just see. Oh, we're very close. Now once I get an idea for one of these, they'll all be okay. We are just gonna go down there and cut that off. Or Are my old friends in here going to save me with those? Nope, they are not. They have the same deal. They are a lot smaller. But we might as well go with this one. Let's see. I've done this before in the past, countless years ago. Oh yeah, I might have not gotten that too close to the edge. I'm gonna have to go to the belt sander and just give that a little zip 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 to smooth that off. Let me see if I can do this one any better. Maybe I can just break it. Oh yeah, it breaks better, but it still needs a touch on the belt sander. Okay, and cut. Oh, that one was the best of all. So third time is the charm. I'm just going to go give them a touch up. Hold on. Okay, guys, I jumped ahead a little bit. And got them mounted on the board. These two came really close. I'll orient it so that when the switch goes up, it goes vertical to where, hopefully I got them all correct. That one probably could be turned a little bit like that. So when you're looking down, they're all going vertical this way. Now I couldn't get them any further up the pick guard away from the knobs, and I think I'm going to use the original knobs that came on the Brian May White Special, because in the body there's a block of wood right here where that black line is, right up there, and I would have had to, I don't know if you can see that far, but can you see that far? Can you see this far? I would have had to take out a chunk of wood here with my router underneath there, and I didn't really want to have to do it because these switches were, you know, kind of small, and I figured I don't have a problem. Now, I just did a test fit on the body over there, and it still fits in. No problem, it fits in that little cavity. So, the next part of what's going to take place is choosing my wires and following my diagram, and hopefully this thing works. I'll turn that down a little bit. It's a little bit in my eyes. I had it out for something else. And hopefully this is going to work the first time around. I have chosen a 33 cap. I think, what did they choose? They chose 22, I think, on the original Burns. No, it was a 33. Okay, so I chose a 33. Just like they did. And as I've showed you before, my 33 is a disc that big. Because these big honking spray orange capacitors you put in there, like for 600 and 1000 volts, is ridiculous from an electrical point of view. There's not enough voltage in this thing to need that size of a capacitor. And whether it's disc or paper or whatever else it is, it's going to cut frequencies. And in a guitar, frequency range is fairly limited depending on your pickup. So, you know, people are spending a lot of money on capacitors that they don't need to. It's just because, oh, somebody did that a long time ago when there weren't a lot of other options, and they're still doing it. Okay, so I've got a spare. I guess I can put that with the rest of the, oh yeah, there's where the rest of those switches are in there. I had another little bag, but I had, yeah, they're all DPDT, so. There's another one like this on its way from China, and I don't know where it is. I bought, was it China? Yeah. I bought one just to see. I don't think I got it yet. And all these papers now are useless. Oh, that's the circuit I made for Elvis 73's a white copy of something or other that he was making. I don't know what it was, what it was called, but anyway, I gave him a circuit for that. He has taken down his channel because he doesn't have time to do this and some other things that he needs to do, and apparently some dirt biking that he likes to do with his kids. Okay. Turns out I'm going to keep that one out. The nuts on this thing are, how many millimeters? 8. There are 8mm nuts on the top there for these twigglies. All right. Now the first thing I'm going to do is turn on my soldering iron. I'll put some water on my sponge. Take a look at my circuit with my other reading glasses, which are not as strong as when I'm doing my work soldering. So, this circuit that I have here is shown. I wired it so that it was like this, so that I could see the bridge, neck, and middle, like that, so that when it's in the off position, as, well, it's not in either the on or the off at this point, but if it was in the off position, like if these ones over here were got the bars on them, that's when the switches are down. When the switches are down on a toggle switch, the middle and the left side would be connected. When you go up on the toggle switch, then the middle and the right are connected. So now that that's wired from perspective of looking down, when I turn it over, it's going to have to be like that, and I can't do that. So what I did was I marked them with 1, 2, 3 ABC. And if I take my Sharpie and I do that, then 1 is there, 2 is here, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is going to be bridge, middle, and neck. And then we're going to go ABC. Now the ABC is just ABC. A, B, and C row for all of them. That's easy because it's just straight up and down ABC. So now using my drawing, I'm going to map out with my pickup wires, a wiring bag. I got a wiring box. I have some yellow, I have some black. I've got some other colors somewhere. Oh yes, got some other colors in here. I've got some pushback. Now the pickups don't come with pushback. Where are my pickups? Are they here? Oh, there's another Sharpie over there. What happened to those pickups? I don't know. Maybe they're at bench 1. Yeah, they must be at bench 1. So we've got that, a shrink, and the body over here has this, over there has a swimming pool route out, so it's not that big a deal. I've got some red. What else did I buy? Got our single wires for a hookup between those things. I've got black pushback, I've got white pushback, and I've got the yellow pushback. Anyway, I need to make a hookup between 2 and B on each one of these. So that's just going to be 2 to B. I'm just going to put like a little bare wire across all those and solder them. And it looks like 3 ABC here are also jumped together. And you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to take a few minutes to go over my drawing again, just to be sure, one more time. I'll be back.